Good evening, welcome to the channel. If you don't subscribe to the channel, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. Today's video, we're reviewing a putter, but it's not just any putter. This one is a little bit special, a little bit different, and a thing of real beauty. But what makes it so unique and unusual is it's made out of wood. And I'm still trying to get my head round whether this is gameable on a golf course or whether it deserves to be in a museum. Without boring you with a little history of golf, we stopped making wooden-headed clubs commercially in sort of the mid to late 1990s. So why is a company bringing out a pure wooden putter in 2025? Touch Putterworks believe that this wooden-headed putter is the future of golf. So let's just give you my first impressions. The head cover is just a bog standard head cover with a little bit of logoing in a sort of yellow colour. Your bog standard head cover, nothing special about that. However, what is underneath that head cover is pretty special. It's beautifully made, it's beautifully crafted. This particular putter is in the sort of half moon shape, milled face. We've got a nice big logo and etching of the actual company's name on the very sole of the golf club. We've got a burnt in alignment aid on the top. The overall size of the putter is quite small. Around the perimeter of the golf club we've got some beautiful wood, different types of wood. What I also love is the contrast between the milled face and the stained wood. Again, it's just so visually pleasing. The top and the bottom of the putters are very different. You've got a very light shade of wood on the bottom and a darker shade on the top. The putter as well is perfectly faced balanced. And here is where the technology really comes into play on this particular putter. Let me explain more. We know that wood is very light as a material, but it's also very rigid and very strong. Although this putter is using an old material, we have got bags and bags of technology packed into this wooden-headed club. Although it looks just like a wooden block, it definitely is not that. We have had weight shifted from the very center of the putter to the very perimeter. So 84% of the weight is surrounding the putter, which means we have a lot of weight in the toe and the heel. And what that does, in simple terms, is increases the MOI of the putter. Increasing the MOI of the putter will make it way more forgiving. And that comes into play on off-centered strikes, making this putter way more forgiving than its metal competitor. And I'm for one who is very much looking for forgiveness from a putter. I tend to strike the putts all over the face. And I require all that help and technology that this particular putter has got packed into the head. I was surprised by the actual feel of the putter. Was I expecting it to be very dull off the face, particularly as we know they removed a lot of the weight from the very centre of the putter? Surprising for me, it wasn't. It was actually very hot off the face, and I didn't feel like I actually had to hit it that hard to get the ball rolling towards the hole. But anyway, you've probably heard from me enough and you're probably bored with me by now. So let's get another YouTuber's, a big YouTuber's opinion on this putter.
Well, I mean, I've had a few putts with it now. Lester's asked me to have a little look at it. I mean, quality-wise, it feels quality. The weight of it feels great. I was expecting it to be a lot lighter, but it's actually quite a heavy feel to it, which is cool. I mean, the bottom of it, you talk about like, I don't know, tradition and craftsmanship. That's the word I was looking for. That sight line on top, really easy to line up to the golf ball. All in all, I'm really quite impressed. Very impressed.
Since I've been stood on the putting green at Churston, I've had 4 or 5 members walk by and ask me what I'm doing and what I'm putting with, and they've grabbed the putter. And their initial response has been, oh my God, how beautiful is that? How nice it can have a putt with it. And then every time they've putted with it, there's been positive feedback. I've heard different things they like about this particular putter. Whether I would game it or whether they would game it, I'm not too sure. I see this personally as more of a putting aid. The putter head is way smaller than what I'm currently using. You get great feedback off the face. It surprises me the feel you get from it, so you can tell when you've hit an off-centered putt, although the results and how the ball rolls out is very similar whether you hit the middle or hit the sort of perimeter of the toe or the heel, which is brilliant for feedback. Have Timber Touch putters really got something special here? And I would say they have. Again, personally, I'd like a larger head, whether that's possible with the weight of it. Dan mentioned earlier how heavy he felt the putter was. I'd also like to see a more traditional shaft, maybe even thinking about a wooden shaft or hickory, whether that's possible, or make this shaft appear to be hickory or wood. I'd also like to see an old style wraparound grip, maybe in a brown colour, which would marry in better with the colourway of the head. For me, make this putter more old school and old style. I guess that's not what they're doing. They want it to look old style, but with that modern touch. But make it look old, keep all that technology that they're using in the head and the way that they're producing these putters, how handcrafted, how beautifully made they are. We all know all that, but make it old school, make it old style putter, and I think you'd be onto a real winner. I'm absolutely gutted as well. I took the putter out of the car and I dropped it on the ground. And we've got a painted steel shaft here. And I don't know if you can see that. I will put a close up onto the screen, but I've chipped the paint. But thankfully it's on the back of the putter, but I'm absolutely gutted. But anyway, I know what you're probably going to ask, and it's going to be hit in the comments section, so I'm going to address it now. And that is, what will this wood look like in time? And I've been assured by Dean, the actual owner of Timber Touch Putterworks, that if you wipe it after use of a clean cloth, it should maintain its look. We've got a nice varnish finish as well, so no mud, no water, any of those substances shouldn't get into the actual wood of the putter if you look after it and maintain it. If you're someone who doesn't look after their clubs and just throws them in the locker or back of the car, then I would say this putter is not for you. This needs to be looked after. If you want to do your own research and go a little bit deeper into the inner workings of this putter and the company, then I will put the link to their website on the screen right now, which you can then go and have a look at the different styles of heads. I think there's 5 or 6 different styles they do, and different sort of customized options, with also some personalization and engraving which is possible in the head as well. Finally, thanks to Dean Larson at Timber Touch Putterworks for sending me this putter. This will take pride of place in my new studio. If you're liking these videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video and comment below.